So, Kunle, look, I'm I'm trying to wrap my head around Toto Wolff. I know that F1 is a killer sport, and teams have to look out for themselves. They don't even look out for the drivers, and drivers have to look out for themselves. But don't you think it's a bit much for Toto Wolff after Verstappen's victory to say everybody on the paddock drove bad and a bit stupid, and Verstappen made everybody look stupid? And he basically was saying even my drivers. And in the same thing, he said Russell made some mistakes, and what's his name? Antonelli looked lost. I mean, I know you want Verstappen, and this is cutthroat, but don't you think he's sort of torturing his drivers by talking like that? What do you think?
I think that Toto Wolff is not very secure in his job right now because Mercedes have not been performing very well under
Yeah,
him,
but you have to
and
remember
he's probably been
he's a
looking for
33% owner.
distraction.
He's an owner.
Yes, and I think
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's looking for distraction to take that eye of observation off him because really Mercedes have been quite awful this season.
Yeah.
They've regressed from last season, and they're looking less. They're looking more of a like they're looking more like dropping out of the top five. I thought it was going to be Ferrari that would drop out, and Mercedes would be in that top five, but it's the other way around.
And you know what
It
happened?
looked good
Verstappen
early,
will call
but
Toto Wolff.
yeah.
Verstappen will call Toto and say, "Yo, Toto, I said I was coming in 2027, but I may have to wait. Your car looking a little bad, man. I might go to Austin Martin." Go ahead.
Their drivers are good. I mean, Antonelli is 18, and what
Yeah,
he's doing
he's
with that
throwing
car
Antonelli
is
under the
very
bus.
good.
He's making it look like Antonelli is the problem. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, 18 years old was when I got my driver's license. I wasn't calling myself one of the best drivers in the world at 18. So Antonelli is working wonders with that car for his age and for the fact that that car straight line speed needs to be sorted out. Mercedes had always been very good at racecraft, judging the weather, judging the tires. Those things they were very good at it during Hamilton's time. I'm not sure whether they're getting that right as well as they were before, because I think that's the second thing that's coupled with the slower car is that their racecraft is slightly not as good as it has been in the last few years. Even the years that Hamilton was struggling, the last couple of years that Hamilton struggled in Mercedes, they still had decent racecraft.
Yeah.
Mercedes need to pull their socks up. And Toto Wolff needs to focus on his team and all this
Yeah.
distraction around other
And,
cars, trying to take the responsibility of himself that it's
and
not his
also, it
fault,
seems like
it's the driver's fault.
and Toto Wolff is too involved in F1 in general. Like I know his wife is the head of something, the Drivers Academy, and also he has he's been seen having meetings with different people on the paddock. Go and meet with Vasseur, then go and meet with guys in McLaren. So it seems like he's part of this drive to succeed circus of F1, in which he's a shareholder and not just Mercedes. He's a shareholder in the whole thing, and I almost get the sense like he's the boss of everybody. I'm not speaking metaphorically. I mean literally. I think because of investment with money, him and Horner too were kind of fighting that, in which they're pulling the strings of all of F1. And by doing that, like you said, he's draining the energy he should be using specifically for his team. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mercedes is one of the biggest car manufacturers in the world, and they do every sort of car you can imagine. And so their profile is very high. So for Toto Wolff to try to raise that image amidst underperformance, he needs to work with all these kind of people, and it's a circus. He's trying to be maybe entertaining, trying to do too much. Maybe that's affecting his ability and his focus on his
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. Because let's
Um,
remember, Toto Wolff, Lewis Hamilton made his career. Not just Lewis Hamilton. Let's see how Toto Wolff became great. He brought in money to revive Red Bull. That's not Mercedes. He brought in money, and then Schumacher came in and worked with the team, even though he wasn't the best driver anymore, in developing the car. And then Rosberg, who's also a genius for developing a car. Then they brought in Hamilton, who had the speed. So Hamilton helped him win. Between him, Hamilton, and Rosberg, they won 8 championships. And all the while, I think he was just sitting back. He wasn't developing the car for the future. Then remember when they started having purposing and they fell off for a couple of years. So in general, since 2021, when Hamilton lost, Mercedes has been underwhelming because they haven't been focused on the car, and they haven't been spending. They didn't spend money on wind tunnel development. I think he's just treating the team for pure profit and just keeping them good enough to be in the top 5. It doesn't seem like he's committed to winning. And he's bragging that next year his car will be the fastest, which may be true, but that may only be because Mercedes has a powerful engine and McLaren is only their customer team. But I get the feeling McLaren will still beat him next year. So, like you said, he's throwing his drivers under the bus, treating them like stepchildren, holding them to a 1-to-1 contract, and saying that he's hinting that one of those guys may even go to bring in Verstappen. What are your last thoughts on that? Yeah.
Yes, that's the daddy I want to confess syndrome that his car is going to be the fast next season. Like everybody else is just going to be like, yeah, all right, I'm not going to bother improving my car.
It
I'm
looks
just
like
going to
Red Bull
stay
is
still.
working hard. Red Bull's working hard. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so all he can say is that his car is going to be faster. He can't go and say that his car is going to be the fastest. What does he know about the other cars? Those other cars are already faster and they want to be faster. So that's just a load of nonsense from him.
Kule, you have to remember, this is Toto Wolff. His wife is probably doing espionage for him on other teams, getting information. I hear that McLaren's car. He's doing some skullduggery, but I'm just joking. Yeah.
The Germans don't exactly make the best spies. Like, did you see him go that way? No.
Yeah. And they try to talk like a British. They try to talk like a British person. That's the blooming thing. This is blooming rubbish. Blooming.
My name is Robert. I am a Cockney from the area of Wandsworth.
And I drink Newcastle and eat kidney pie on Christmas.
And I like jellied ears.
Isn't it? No, you know what they say, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah. I don't want a sauerkraut. No. Yeah. So,
I'm British, I don't want sauerkraut. Oh, man.
We're going to
get out of here. Let's start.
Xenophobically racist.
I know we're going to lose all our German fans. But we're going to get an influx of Italian and Dutch fans on our show.
Yeah. Don't hail a cab in Germany. Taxi, mine.
All right. Okay. Take us out. Last thoughts.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting insight into the machinations of what is international motorsport. We are moving to Azerbaijan and Baku's street circuit over the weekend, and this is our first preview of the race. And from myself and Mustafa, we bid you farewell, adieu. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, thanks. Very good one. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Nice one. All right.